Hey guys, happy Friday, TGIF. So guys, I'm back in my old spot that I used to do my videos in. That's because I'm in my house instead of in my car. So yeah, I'm gonna give you guys a quick update of this week. So we'll start with Monday. Monday, still at the group home. I did my mornings, and once again, the group home manager was kind of like, I felt the attitude from her in regards to me not doing anything. And so like I tried my best to look like I was doing something, but like all the things that like she would have expected me to do, I could finish all that in 10-15 minutes, which is exactly what happened. Like I was sitting there cleaning up tables and restocking the briefs in each resident's room. I was cleaning up the nasty vent. Like it was filled with lint and dust, and so I cleaned that up, and like I finished all that in 10-15 minutes. And then by the time she came, like by the time she was walking around, it looked like I was just sitting around not doing anything. And I'm just like, yo, this is annoying. Like I don't want to have to work at a place where I feel like I'm on eggshells, like where I can't feel comfortable. And it's like, you hired me, like I've been saying in these repeated videos, like when you hired me, you mentioned that, Mondays are like pretty easy. They go to a day program, so it's just maintenance. So I can't be maintaining the whole house for 6 hours. Like I can't constantly be on my feet for like 6-7 hours when everyone's gone. Like what can I be doing? Like I can't take out the trash ain't full. I can't clean dishes, ain't no dishes. Like the laundry's done. Like it just like annoyed me. And Monday I saw that there was a new manager who came, and so funny enough, the manager was like my cousin, I would say. I'm African, and so like anyone who's African, you know that any person that your parents are friends with becomes your uncle, and their children becomes your cousin. So it's not a blood, she's not sorry, a blood relative, but she's someone who literally knew me since I was a baby. Our dads were, and our moms were really close. Actually, her mom was a part of my parents' wedding. Now that I think about it, she was like one of my godparents in their wedding. So like, this is someone that I knew, and she's like, oh yeah, I'm the new manager. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I was a little bit more at ease, but just because, sometimes when people get in a professional setting, they switch up on you. And I'm not that close with her because I haven't really been seeing her in a while or anything. So I didn't know how like to approach her, but at the same time she was still a familiar face. So I was like, oh, okay. So she was coming for her training. She said she was going to be the new group home manager. So I was like, okay, cool. So like I said, the other manager who's been the manager so far was there. So I decided like, okay, I'm not going to sit around and watch TV and look completely like I'm not doing anything. Why don't I just do the online trainings that I know are due, because they have ones that are due every 30 days, every 90 days. So I'm like, I'm really behind my 30 days one. Why don't I just do that on the computer? So I did that, and then Crazy Lady, that's her nickname, Crazy Lady, the resident who's driving everyone crazy, she had a doctor's appointment, 2 doctor's appointments. So the manager, she saw me on the computer. I don't know if she thought like I was doing nothing, but it's like I'm doing work for this job. This is specific to this job. Like it's not like I'm just doing any old whatever on the computer. Look at the trainings. It's specifically for your job that I have to do if I want to keep working here for you guys. So she's just like, oh, Ruby, we're going to go, as in like all of us, we're going to go to the doctor's appointments and you're coming along. It's at 10:30. I'm like, okay, cool. So I was still on the computer doing the trainings or whatever, and she went with my cousin to go get like the van and stuff at the other group home that's down the street. And so like before they left, she was like, Ruby, can you do me a favor? Can you help out the one-to-one? And I'm like, yo, why? Like in my mind I said that, but I was just like, sure, like no problem. So, of course, the patient was being crazy, and I helped her get the jacket on. And so all four of us went to the doctor's appointment. That was like almost an hour away. Got to the doctor's appointment. That was like an hour. Basically, all in all, guys, it took my whole shift to get back. It was a little over, like, my shift that we got back. And I was just like, yo, like, I can't be doing this. Turns out she had 2 doctor's appointments, but she was so, like, because she don't sleep at night and all this stuff, she wasn't able to walk, so it took 4 of us to help her up, and then just screaming and da-da-da-da-da. It was a whole bunch of mess. I'm not going to keep going on about it. So then when we got back to the group home, it was like 3:18. I remember the time. And so they were taking her time. They got her inside the house, and, like, you know, I went for my stuff because I'm like, my shift ends at 3. The 3 to 11 shift is here. There's, like, y'all don't need me. There's about 8 people up in this house. Y'all don't need me. My shift is over. So, yeah, we got there at 3:18. Everyone was like, oh, helping her, like, into the kitchen because she was hungry. And then they're like, oh, you know what? Let's take her to her room. So while they were taking her to her room, I grabbed my stuff. And I was like, okay, bye, guys. And they're like, wait, you're leaving already? And I'm like, yeah, it's 3 o'clock. My shift is over. Like, it's over 3 o'clock. My shift is over. And they're like, oh, wow. So my cousin was like, oh, I thought you worked until 4. And I'm like, no, it's till 3, 8 to 3. So as I was walking out, I said goodbye to the current manager, or I guess she's not the manager anymore, but the one who hired me, who's been giving me all these random tasks to do. I was like, oh, bye. And she didn't say nothing. And I'm like, wait, is she really mad that that I'm leaving? Like I said, y'all got 8 people up in here. There's no need for me. My shift is over. The 3 to 11 is here. They can help. Why do I need to stay? Like, do you feel like I didn't do anything in my shift? I was with you the whole time, so you did nothing with me. Like, we did the same thing during my shift. So, you know, at that point, I was just like, you know what? Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. This is going to be a long video, I could tell, because it's already 7 minutes. But while we were in the car during the doctor's appointments, the one-to-one, the one who tried to report me, we were in the car by ourselves with the patient. The patient was sleeping. And she was like, so, what's your schedule like? And I was like, Mondays and Thursdays. And she was like, Mondays and Thursday mornings? And I'm like, no, I only do mornings on Mondays. Thursdays is overnight till 9, and then I leave. I guess in her mind, she was trying to recheck to see if I really abandoned her patient at 9, when really, like, I guess in her mind, she thought I was working mornings. And I was just like, you know what? I can't take this. I'm leaving. When really was like, you know what? My shift is over. I'm leaving. So she was just like, yeah. And she was trying to be friendly with me and haha and kiki. And I was just like, yeah. She was talking to me about Tinder and all this stuff, and I was like, yeah. So, yeah, that concluded my Monday. And after that, I was just like, you know what? I can't continue working like this. Like, you know, I wanted to give myself to the end of the month just because, like, money-wise, there's a lot of stuff coming up that I need to pay for. And so, like, the extra money, because, like, I do make a good amount at my home care, but this I was using as my extra, like, side money to use, you know. So I was just like, you know what, maybe I could stretch my extra money. So after that, I was just like, you know what, I don't want to work here anymore. Like, I am going to put in my 2 weeks notice because I can't take this. Like, I can't do this. This job is stressing me out, and I shouldn't be stressed over my job. So basically what I did was I took up my, well, okay, let me go in order. So that was Monday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, had my bus case. That was cool as usual. Everything was smooth. I'm like, I miss y'all so much. I'm sorry I left y'all on Mondays and Friday mornings, but I love you. So yeah, that was cool as usual. So yesterday, now Thursday, I was just like, you know what? I gotta work overnight tonight. I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I'm really trying to stretch it. Like, I always planned on leaving, but, like, it was just, like, when I would leave. And I was just like, you know what? I'm about to just put in my 2 weeks notice right now and, like, keep it moving. So I went on Google Docs. When I left my receptionist job that I worked for a year and a half, almost 2 years, I saved my resignation letter. So basically all I did was take that and I, like, you know, changed up the company name and all that, but kept, like, a majority of stuff, and boom, I had my resignation letter. So I printed out two. One I was going to give to the manager in the group home, and the other one, I like to do that. I did that at my other job just in case the manager wanted to act funny and say, oh, I didn't know. I sent one to the office, and that's exactly what I did to when I worked as a receptionist. I sent one to my director, my supervisor, but because she didn't really know me like that and she was kind of funny about me, I sent one to HR, just so it's like two people have the letters, two people can verify. You know, there's an extra person that can verify, yes, she did say that she's leaving. So I put that my last day would be April 29th. That's a Monday. It's not a full 2 weeks notice, really, because I was like, you know what, I don't want to do another night shift. I'm like, I can only do one more night shift after this one. So, yeah, I put that in. So I printed that out. And so yesterday, after I printed it out, ironically, I got a missed phone call from the place. Oh, I forgot to mention, on Monday, the coordinator, I guess that also pissed her off about me. She asked, oh, so is there any other days that you could work 11, like overnight? And I said, no, because I work in the morning. She's like, oh, it's okay. Listen, I work in the mornings. Like, I already dropped my beloved bus case for you. 2 days. Well, 1.5 days for you. Don't try, like, no. Anyway, so, yeah, I got a call from the office of the group home, and it was the lady who did my original trainings before I could work in-house. She was the one who trained me in the office about, like, oh, this is how it is working with people with disabilities, and yada, yada, yada. And she called me, and she's like, oh, Ruby, you know, your 30 days online training is almost due. Call me back on when you could come to the office and do that, blah, blah, blah. And honestly, I didn't call her back because I'm just like, there's no point. I already have my resignation letter printed. I'm be leaving on the 29th, so there's no point in me doing the online trainings. Really, that's like a waste of my time. Really? So I just didn't call her back. Like, I sent the letter yesterday to her, so most likely she'll get in, and leave me alone. Yeah, so then I went to work overnight last night. And as I stated in my last vlog, I was the one who was supposed to be responsible for watching the crazy lady. And I was just like, Lord, I said a prayer. And I was like, Lord, Jesus, help me. Like, this lady about to, whew. So, you know, I went into her room. She was chilling on the bed, screaming at the TV. I was just like, oh, Lordy. Oh, Lordy. Okay. It's okay, Ruby. You got this. Guys, listen. After last night, I was just, like, so confident in, like, leaving. But, okay. Basically, she only slept, I'll say, 10 minutes every 2 hours. Yeah. The rest of those hours was, I want to go wee-wee. I want to go wee-wee. Like, she was getting up and going through her drawers and all this stuff. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I did not get a wink of sleep right now. I'm surprised that I'm still awake. As you can see, like, I'm looking a little rough, okay? Not as rough as the last vlogs, but, you know, like, I was just like, oh my gosh, guys. I'm not gonna lie, I cursed that lady out of my mind a couple of times last night. I was just like, you? Like, guys, every hour, screaming, getting up. I had to follow her, like, where are you going? Oh my gosh, guys, listen. She would go to the bathroom, toilet paper. She would take the rolls and take the rolls and take the rolls. So I'm like, give me the rolls. And like everyone else is like sleeping and quiet. And I'm like, shh, stop yelling. Stop yelling. She's like, ah! And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I cannot do this. I cannot do people like this. Like now I know for sure psych is not the nursing area for me because I do not have that type of patience. I was really looking at her and her face like, if I was a licensed professional right now, okay, and a Christian woman, I would. Guys, listen, okay? So that went on the whole night. I'm talking about she would wake up randomly, look at the TV, and be like, ah! Or she would wake up, I want to go wee-wee. Or she would wake up and start rearranging her combs that were already arranged. And, like, I kid you not, guys. So she finally went to sleep at 6 o'clock, 6 a.m. And I was like, thank you, Lord. Like, she was out. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, now was my chance to sleep. And so I slept a little bit, and then my alarm that I always preset for like Mondays through Fridays, it woke me up at 7. I was like, but she was still asleep. So I was like, oh, thank you, God. I survived the night. It's 7 o'clock. I have 2 more hours, just 2 more hours to go.
Now to that dramatic new video inside the Tennessee cave rescue, ABC News has obtained exclusive footage showing the moment that trapped diver was saved. ABC's and all the stars uniting for this viral music video dropping overnight. Justin
Yeah, I was just like, Lord, 2 more hours to go, 2 more hours. So she was sleeping, and then 8 o'clock hit. And she was in her peaceful little sleep, and then all of a sudden I heard, I was like, bleepity bleep. I was like, I was praying so hard that she would just sleep until 9 o'clock and I could go in peace. Y'all, listen, when 8 o'clock, when she woke up, homegirl was like energized for the turn up. She was re-energized for the freaking turn up, yo. I swear. I'm laughing now, but I was just like, what is this? She got up like she was ready to go. I'm like, where you going? You have to put on your helmet. No! This time she turned into a kickboxer. I'm talking about she started trying to kick me, and I'm like, don't kick me. I was like, no. And then she grabbed my arm. I'm like, let go, don't touch me. And she's like, yo. And I'm like, why isn't anyone coming to help me? Like, where's my rescue squad? Like, someone please. And then on top of that, she started taking off her clothes. And I'm like, stop. Keep your pants on. Keep your pants on. We were fighting to keep her, not like physically fighting, but I was holding her pants up and she was trying to push them down. And I'm like, no, you can't take your pants off. And I'm like, stop yelling. Guys, same thing with her top until like, I was just like, you know what? F this. Here's some new pants. Here's a new top. Give me your old clothes so I could put it in the hamper. No! I was just, guys, like, it's still Lent, okay? And so I'm trying to stay in the holy mood, but she was really testing me. I was like, Jesus, I'm trying. I'm trying for you, Lord. Oh, that's the rice cooker. I'm like, I'm trying for you, Lord, please. Like, this lady's about to, I'm like, you know what? At that moment, I was like, you know what? I don't even know at this point if I could make it for another whole 3 days. I don't know if I could work another 3 days with this lady. Like, I don't even want to use any, like, bad terms, but I can't do psych, guys. I cannot do psych. Like, I know for sure now. Like, I always knew, like, back in nursing school, I was like, I don't like the whole psych mental health thing, but now I know for sure that is not my area. Like, I'll stick with the pediatrics for now. I'll stick with the little kids. Like, oh no, it's time for you to get your feeding. Okay. Like, I like that. Not no like, I'm gonna punch you, I'm gonna kick you. Like, no. So, on top of that, when I finally did get a little sleep, in the middle of the night, all I heard was, wake up! Wake up! I was like, she was just on 1,511 trillion, billion, gazillion, trillion, bajillion, okay? She was on that level of no return, okay? Like, but, yeah, so everyone else, they were like, oh my gosh, they were checking on me because they knew this was my first time watching her by myself because they worked there for a while, and they were just like, I was like, guys, you know what? I'm leaving. Like, I told them straight up, I'm like, yo, I'm leaving. I got my letter. Like, I'm not staying here. And I was like, at this point, I don't even know if I'm coming back this next week. Like, I might just do a whole no call, no show, which I know is bad, but the company does have a policy. If you do 3 no call, no shows, that's a voluntary resignation, which is what I heard. The nurse who trained me overnight, she actually did that last week. And so she no longer works there. She did 3 no call, no shows. And I guess that's why on Monday, during the week, I guess that's why the manager had asked me if I am available to do any overnights, because homegirl was like, peace, I can't do this no more. So, yeah, they were just like, oh man, they're like, oh, this house, there's something going on with this house because no one stays in this house. I'm like, I wonder why. And they're like, it's mainly because of her, right? I'm like, yeah, I can't deal. I'm like, and it's not only her, but like I've been telling you guys in my vlogs, the manager getting mad at me for not doing anything when that's what you hired me for, a shift where there's nothing to do. Like, I don't understand. And so, the nurse who trained me in the morning shifts on my Mondays, she came and she's like, oh, Ruby, why do you have to go? She's like, just stay. I'm like, I can't deal with this. And she was laughing. I'm like, I really can't. Like, I was telling everyone, like, listen, guys, it's been real. I love y'all. Thanks for being so nice to me, but I can't. I'll see you guys on Instagram and Facebook. But, like, you know, like, because a couple of them, I'm already friends with them on Instagram and Facebook. Because we hang around. We're in the same community area. So, like, you know, we've seen each other before. But I was like, I can't do this. Like, I cannot. So, yeah, so they were asking me, like, oh, how's Mondays? Like, would you keep the Mondays? And I told them about how the manager's been treating me. And they're like, yo, that's crazy. And the one who trained me, she told me that the manager had complained about me to her, like, oh, Ruby, she just comes in and she sits down. And I'm like, first of all, when I come in at 8 o'clock, you're not even here when I'm helping the other nurse with the meds and the G-tube feeding. Like, you're not even here. So how are you going to say I come in and I sit down? No, when you come in, I'm sitting down because I'm already done with everything and everyone's at the day program. And so that right there, I was just like, yeah, this is exactly why I'm leaving. So I'm like, listen, guys, I got my letter and yeah, that's it. So, I'm trying to keep this short. It's about to be a 25-minute video. But, in conclusion, I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to say. Okay, yeah, so I told them all that, so we were just waiting for 9 o'clock to come so we could clock out. And the nurse who trained me, who trained me in the morning, she saw that I was already, like, stressed from the night, so she decided to take over the one-to-one until her one-to-one came. So really, I was just in there until 9 o'clock with the other DSP and the other nurse. And so, there was something going on with the day program bus with another patient, and so she had to go tend to her. So that's exactly when the one-to-one came inside, and I kid you not, guys, it's like the patient knew that she was here, because as soon as she walked in the house, she just came and just started, like, grabbing on her and stuff like that. She was like, ah! And she was like, I didn't even clock in yet, and you're already bugging me? She's like, no. She's like, can you guys help me? She's supposed to be in the room. And can I tell you guys, I just acted like I didn't know. I was looking at the calendar. The other girl was looking at her phone like, oh no, that's your patient. You're one-to-one. 9 o'clock is when your shift ends. It's 9:05 now. So sorry that you didn't get to clock in yet, but you know, your shift already started and she's already on you. So she's like, oh my gosh, can you guys help? Like, seriously, I'm struggling here. And so I was just like, you know what? It's still Lent, you know, let me be a good Christian woman. And so I was like, okay. So I told the one-to-one patient, I'm like, come on, let's go to the room. And surprisingly, she listened to me. The whole night she wasn't listening to me. In the morning she wasn't listening to me, but now all of a sudden she listened to me. So, we went into the room and I was like, lay down on the bed. She got on the bed. I was like, oh, okay. I guess because it's 9 o'clock, I don't know. So then, the lady, surprisingly, once she clocked in, she came into the room and she was like, you're good. And then I left. And I was like, oh, I don't know. She had a change of heart, maybe because I helped her out. And I don't know, but she was actually fine. I was like, oh, okay. And then I clocked out. I took my letter, left it on the manager's office, and I left. And so that was my week. So, most likely, I think the manager, aka my cousin, is supposed to be coming like 9. I think she does it 9 to 5, so she'll see the letter. I hope she doesn't she can't even convince me. I'm not even really cool with but she can't even, like, really convince me to stay. No one's gonna convince me to stay. At this point, I'm over it. So, yeah. To all you guys who, I know y'all been getting irritated with my stories about this group home, telling me to just leave. You know, I'm finally doing it. So, my last day, like I said, will be in 2 Mondays. The 29th, the last Monday of the month. So, the end of the month, I will be out of that group home. And also, I'll try and pick up another case for my agency. I also want to look at another pediatric agency that my sister works for. She says it's really good. They have really good reviews. Actually, they have the highest like employee satisfaction reviews. A lot of nurses like that go to my bus cases school. They work for that agency and they love it. They have good healthcare benefits. So I was thinking about working there as a part-time and then see how it goes over the summer, because the bus case might end, and see if I could like switch around my hours. Maybe that will become my full-time because it has benefits, and then my current agency might become my part-time. I don't know, but I'm definitely gonna apply there, and my sister will get a sign-on bonus because of that, so helping out my sissy. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I'm staying in pediatrics, okay guys? I'm staying in pediatrics. That's I blame myself for wanting to venture out and fixing something that wasn't broke. Like, you know, I had my regular bus case that was making good old guapitos Monday to Friday, and I was like, oh, let me try a group home, and look where it got me. You know, I never believed in that whole Mercury retrograde thing until this happened. I don't know if y'all heard of Mercury retrograde, but it's like some type of thing with the planets and all this stuff, and how you're not supposed to, it messes with like communication and big decisions. And it was during March, and they were like, don't make any huge decisions, don't get a new job, don't sign any contracts, don't do anything that's a drastic measure. And I went ahead and I did that, and like now it's biting me in the butt. So I'm like, maybe this whole Mercury retrograde thing is a real deal. But that is my week. I don't know what else to say. Thank you to everyone who's been hitting me up about the job. Someone actually hit me up and was like, yo, I work for that agency in another state. I mean, for that, the group home company in another state, and they're the same thing, so get out. So, yes, I'm getting out. Someone said, girl, just leave. Girl, I'm leaving, okay? I heard you. I'm leaving in 2 weeks. So, yeah, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, and please give this video a like, comment, and subscribe. All right, bye, guys.